300 feet beneath the Pacific, where light surrenders to darkness, something extraordinary waits in the eternal cold silence. The Marine research team had no idea their routine expedition would uncover one of aviation's greatest underwater mysteries. Led by Commander Jackson, 6 experienced divers descended into the abyss. Their mission: map the unexplored ocean floor. As pressure increased with every meter, the world above faded away, replaced by an alien underwater realm. The seafloor revealed itself slowly, a graveyard of forgotten things, each hiding stories from decades past and gone. Then Jackson's light caught something impossible, a massive shadow that shouldn't exist this deep in the Pacific waters. Swimming closer, the unmistakable shape emerged, a C-130 Hercules transport aircraft, resting perfectly intact on the seabed. The mighty Hercules lay like a sleeping giant, rust consuming its aluminum skin, yet structurally complete after years underwater.
Hydras. The team worked methodically, photographing every detail, their excitement contained only by the need for perfection.
Jackson photographed the tail number, barely visible beneath decades of corrosion, a crucial clue to this aircraft's identity.
Peering through the cockpit glass, Jackson saw the pilot seats empty, instruments frozen in time, telling silent stories.
The cargo bay beckoned mysteriously, its doors slightly ajar, inviting exploration while warning of potential dangers lurking within. Time and oxygen running low, Jackson signaled the ascent, but his mind remained below with the Hercules mystery. Rising toward the surface, the team knew they'd discovered something extraordinary that would soon capture the world's attention.
Back on the boat, Jackson immediately contacted headquarters, his voice trembling with excitement about the impossible underwater discovery.
Naval Command erupted with activity as Jackson's report came through. A perfectly preserved C-130 discovered in international waters.
Within hours, historians identified the aircraft, disappeared during a routine supply mission 4 to 7 years ago without any trace.
News spread globally within hours. The legendary missing Hercules had been found, triggering international recovery operation planning immediately.
Marine engineers convened urgently, analyzing the challenge ahead, recovering a 60-ton aircraft from 300 feet of water. Computer simulations ran continuously, calculating lift requirements, stress points, and the risks of raising such a corroded, massive structure. The solution required aviation's most powerful birds, 2 Mi-26 heavy-lift helicopters, each capable of incredible lifting power.
Each Mi-26 could lift 20 tons individually. Working in perfect tandem, they might extract the Hercules from its watery grave.
5 days later, a massive salvage vessel arrived at coordinates, bringing specialized equipment for the unprecedented recovery operation.
Remote-operated vehicles descended first, mapping the seafloor around the Hercules, planning the delicate attachment of lifting cables.
The ROV's sonar painted a complete picture, revealing concerning corrosion points but confirming the airframe could survive a lift.
Engineers identified 8 critical attachment points on the Hercules frame, where structural integrity remained strongest despite corrosion damage. Custom fabricated lifting cables arrived via cargo plane, each strand tested to withstand forces far exceeding the aircraft's weight.
Jackson briefed his expanded team of 15 divers, each assigned critical tasks in the most complex underwater operation attempted.
The first dive team descended with primary cables, fighting current and darkness to reach the Hercules, waiting below patiently. For hours, divers scraped away marine growth, revealing original hardpoints designed for cargo loading, now repurposed for resurrection.
Each connection was tested 3 times, and any failure during ascent would send the Hercules tumbling back to oblivion forever.
Team 2 secured belly cables while maintaining constant radio contact with surface engineers, monitoring every step's progress carefully.
By day 3, 8 cables formed a cradle beneath the Hercules, ready to bear its weight through 300 feet of water pressure.
On deck, cables were secured to vessel-mounted winches, capable of pulling 100 tons with precision and controlled power.
The helicopter giants approached from the east, their distinctive contra-rotating rotors beating the air with tremendous rhythmic power.
Captain Volkov and Captain Chen commanded the Mi-26s, veterans who'd performed impossible lifts in mountains and disaster zones.
The first meal hovered perfectly stable despite ocean winds, lowering its reinforced cable with surgical precision toward waiting crew.
Deck crews worked frantically to connect helicopter cables to the underwater system, creating an unbroken chain from seabed to sky.
With both giants connected, Commander Hayes initiated final systems check. Weather optimal, tide favorable, team ready for history.
ROVs positioned around the Hercules transmitted live video, capturing every moment as humanity attempted to defy the ocean's grasp.
Mission Control monitored 50 parameters simultaneously, ready to abort at any sign of structural failure or unsafe conditions developing.
All divers retreated to safe observation distance, their cameras focused on the Hercules, witnessing what many thought impossible. Hayes gave the order. Winches engaged with mechanical precision, cables tensing slowly, transferring load from seabed to steel strand. The Hercules trembled, 47 years of sediment releasing its grip as cables strained against decades of oceanic embrace.
Visibility vanished as seafloor sediment erupted skyward, but sensors confirmed movement. The Hercules was breaking free from its grave.
Above, both Mi-26s increased power in perfect synchronization, their combined 40,000 horsepower fighting gravity and ocean resistance.
Cable stress climbed toward maximum rated capacity, every engineer holding breath, knowing any miscalculation meant catastrophic failure ahead. Through clearing sediment, cameras confirmed success. The Hercules hung completely suspended, beginning its journey upward through 300 feet.
Cheers erupted across all vessels as readings stabilized perfectly.
Rising at 5 feet per minute, the Hercules shed its marine coating, pieces of coral and rust drifting down like industrial snow falling. Marine life scattered from the ascending giant, confused by the sudden movement of what had been seafloor landmark for decades. Jackson ascended alongside his discovery, camera capturing every moment, dwarfed by the massive aircraft suspended above the abyss below.
Above, Volkov and Chen flew with absolute precision. Any deviation would create catastrophic cable swing, with deadly consequences below.
Ocean winds increased as afternoon approached, but sophisticated flight computers compensated instantly, maintaining perfect helicopter stability despite conditions.
At 200 feet, sunlight began penetrating effectively, revealing the Hercules' true colors beneath rust.
Each cable attachment showed stress signs but held firm, engineers' calculations proving accurate despite concerns about corrosion weakening.
Mission Control orchestrated the complex dance. Winch speeds, helicopter positions, cable tensions.
News helicopters circled at safe distance, broadcasting globally as millions watched history unfold in real time across worldwide networks.
100 feet, surface shimmer visible above the Hercules as it approached the boundary between underwater world and atmosphere. The tail broke surface first, water cascading off in spectacular sheets, metal gleaming despite rust as
Fuselage emerged position, adjustments, guiding thousands, creating waves that rocked. Wings appeared next, barnacle encrusted and draped with seaweed, but structurally complete.
Fully emerged, the Hercules hung suspended between twin giants, water streaming from every crevice, rust glowing orange in afternoon sun.
Cockpit windows revealed flooded interior, 47 years of ocean water now draining slowly through unsealed door gaps below.
The salvage vessel maneuvered beneath the suspended aircraft, deck crews positioning specialized cradle designed to support corroded structure safely.
Hand signals guided the final approach. Left 2 feet, forward 1. Every crew member's attention focused on perfect cradle alignment.
Contact, the Hercules settled into its cradle with protesting metal groans. Hydraulic supports adjusting to distribute 60 tons evenly across the framework. Crew swarmed immediately, adding chains and securing straps, transforming the loose cargo into unmovable mass for the journey ahead. Contact, the Hercules settled into its cradle with protesting metal groans. Hydraulic supports adjusting to distribute 60 tons evenly across the framework. Crew swarmed immediately, adding chains and securing straps, transforming the loose cargo into unmovable mass for the journey ahead.
Volkov's Mi-26 released and climbed majestically, rotor wash blasting the deck as the giant helicopter banked toward its distant home base.
Chen followed, both helicopters disappearing toward horizon in perfect formation, their mission accomplished beyond all expectations and predictions.
The salvage vessel turned homeward, carrying its impossible cargo, a perfectly preserved piece of aviation history retrieved from the deep. As sunset painted the ocean gold, the vessel carried the Hercules homeward, concluding the most remarkable. Port Royal appeared ahead, where the world's premier aircraft restoration facility awaited, ready to resurrect the oceanic Hercules completely.
Crowds erupted as the vessel docked, media capturing every angle. The Hercules had returned to land after 47 underwater years.
A specialized crane positioned to transfer the Hercules to ground transport. Each movement calculated to protect fragile, corroded structure.
Lifted gently, the rust-covered giant rose above cheering spectators, barnacles and seaweed still clinging, proof of its underwater ordeal.
Settled onto a 50-axle transport trailer, the Hercules began its final journey, just 3 miles to the restoration facility. The convoy moved ceremonially through city streets, crowds lining the route to witness aviation history passing before their amazed eyes. The restoration hangar loomed ahead, purpose-built for this project, where 50 specialists awaited to begin the multi-year resurrection process.
Positioned on custom stands, the Hercules sat accessible from every angle, ready for teams to begin assessment and planning phases.
Initial assessment began immediately. Every rust patch documented, every structural weakness noted, creating comprehensive restoration roadmap for months ahead.
Marine growth removal proceeded delicately, preserving specimens for research while carefully exposing original aircraft skin beneath biological coating.
Gentle pressure washing revealed surprising preservation underneath. Some areas showed minimal corrosion, protected by paint and marine growth layering.
Chemical treatments stabilized remaining rust, preventing further deterioration, while engineers determined which components.
Cargo bay open with protesting spills, revealing water-damaged interior but structurally sound. Preservation better than.
Cockpit access revealed instruments frozen by corrosion, yet controls remained movable. Testament to Hercules' legendary robust construction and design.
Each engine removed for specialized restoration, turboprops heavily corroded externally but internal components surprisingly salvageable with proper treatment.
Wing spar analysis revealed localized failures requiring replacement. Fabrication teams began crafting period.
Months became a year. The hangar hummed with coordinated activity, 50 specialists working systematically, breathing life into metal bones. New components integrated seamlessly with preserved originals, creating living history, part salvaged relic.
Classic military paint returned gradually, transforming rust-covered Ghost into gleaming aircraft, colors matching original specifications from decades past.
Propeller installation marked a milestone. Polished blades gleamed under hangar lights, the Hercules increasingly resembling its former glory daily. 2 years later, transformation completed, the Hercules stood pristine, rust replaced with shine.
The Aviation Museum prepared its centerpiece exhibit, positioning the Hercules where millions would learn its incredible journey story.
From 300 feet beneath the waves to inspiring countless souls, one Hercules journey proved that with